Ladies and gentlemen, sisters, brothers, I greet you. The topic I am about to unfold is Mama Africa. Wherever you are, stand up and protect your son Ibrahim Traore from your own men. When it comes to protection, all animals protect their children from danger and enemies. But no mother is more protective of their child than lioness. As you know, we African descendants are like lion. That is why we have many lions in Africa than elsewhere in the world. As you know, lion is the king of the forest and jungle. And we are also kings in our various tribes. That is why we always have lion as our symbols. Have you ever asked yourself why the symbols of some European countries are lions? For example, the Netherlands. While there are no lions in Europe, it is because we have ruled Europe before, and we took the symbols of lions with us to Europe. Even the name Europe was the name of African black woman. Mama Africa, you have always give us a protection when the men fail to take up their responsibilities. We had women like Queen Sheba, Queen Cleopatra, Queen Amina of Nigeria, Yasantua of Ghana, the Empress of Ethiopia, and Nefertiti of ancient Egypt. Some of African men who are now at the helms of affairs in Africa are running away or shunning away from their responsibilities. It is time to come to our rescue again. Otherwise, the hyena and the wolf will eat up your children, Mama Africa, including male, female. Eventually, they will eat you also up and eat your men too. Your men who demonstrate cowardness instead of boldness. I think or I thought the enemy of Africa comes from outside and they are only white people. Not knowing the enemy of Africa is still within and not only white people. Even there are some white people who are fighting for the cause of Africa. The American Army general who supposed to be our own brother is one of our enemies. I think that America do not have Uncle Toms again because of the struggle, enlightenment, and awareness of the 21st century. In Africa, we do not have Uncle Tom, but we have Father Tom. The Father Tom is no anybody else than Wole Soyinka of Nigeria. Before, I had this man in high esteem. He has won Nobel Prize for Literature. He is regarded international as one of the best literature in Africa. My respect for him has dwindled and reduced to zero because of what he said about Ibrahim Traore. According to him, Ibrahim Traore should hand over to a democratic government and stop any transaction with Russia. I could not believe this is coming out of his mouth, given the fact that most Africans, for instance, the youth, are supporting Ibrahim Traore because Ibrahim Traore have established and has achieved many things for Burkina Faso. He built hospitals and also school from primary to university level. It is now free, and maternity also, it is free. He built many roads, and he also built house for homeless people. And in Burkina Faso, there is no hunger as we speak. And he's doing a lot for Burkina Faso. So I could not fathom why Wole Soyinka is criticizing Ibrahim Traore. So Traore is regarded as a messiah we are all waiting for. I could not believe that Wole Soyinka will ask Traore to hand over to a democratic government. And what is the meaning of democracy? It means people's government. I think Yoruba, where Wole Soyinka hailed from, had people's government before Western democracy. So, as a learned man he should have known better. The whole Africa had their own democracy before Western democracy. Even the Westerners copy from Africa. That is why Fela Kuti of blessed memory referred to Western democracy as demonstration of craziness. I learned that Fela Kuti was the nephew of Wole Soyinka. The difference between them is that Fela educated himself after receiving all the education in the Western country, and he has internalized his education, while Wole Soyinka is still depending on Western education, not internalizing his own education. After fulfilling the requirement, the highest grade any African can get from the Western education is PhD. And what is PhD? According to me, PhD stands for paper having deficiency. So, What is deficiency? Means lack or shortage of something. So all black people with PhD are shortage of something or are lacking something. That is why we are still suffering as black people. It could also be that Wole Soyinka knows what he is doing, but he's just a sellout like others. It is time that we excommunicate those sellouts in Africa because they are the bane of our progress and development. Mama Africa, wherever you are or you find yourself, stand up, wake up, protect your children from your own people and from outsiders. As you know, when it comes to bravery, we cannot depend on the men because if not all, most of them are sellout. Mama Africa, you have the power and the majority, so use it to protect your children. Because when the going get tough, the men will run away and leave you and your children behind as usual. So you and your children, you and your children are going to pay the price. The baby lion needs your help. Don't abandon him. That is why he took off his beret during the inauguration of President Mahama of Ghana when he came in contact with Professor Nana Ajiman, which he never did to anyone because she's a Mama Africa. He also shook her hand, which he never did to men because we African of all days, we respect women because he knows the power of lioness. They are the protectors. So, Mama Africa, wherever you find yourself, in Mother Africa, Caribbean, America, Canada, Europe, everywhere and anywhere, say no to anybody who want to devour your children so that they will live with their own children. The enemies of your children are not the outsiders, but they are your men. You live with them under the same roof. Stand up, wake up wherever you are, and say no to them. Enough is enough. The Lion of Africa is counting on your support, Mama Africa, because your power is silence but powerful. It is like a drop of water dropping little by little on the rock and eventually will break the rock. So thank you, Mama Africa.